Hi, hello. Today I'm going to show you an interesting effect with square knots. Actually, this effect is the old school of macrame. If you see a sailor's knotting belt, it is usually done like this. There is a small triangle effect here, and it goes on and on and on like that. So even if we fold it, we can fold it because there is here a gap. This gap is very interesting. So this, you see the loop, the head of the square knot, these ones are all to this side, and they make this triangle. So these ones are all to this side, but these ones, they are all to this side. And that is how in the old days is when macrame was only with natural fibers, cotton, flax, silk, so, or hemp or something like that. The head of the square knot in this case is for this side all. And they make an effect that we have a triangle here and then we have a triangle here. And that is very beautiful. Of course, it is not very easy to see, only in special the light. If the light gives it in a special way, immediately we will see it. But if it is not, it's not so easy to see. It is a subtle effect. Actually, it is a very interesting effect for macrame. If I want to fold it, I fold it completely in here, in perfection. Why? Because this is the triangle. And this triangle in here also it folds in perfection. So let's try to do. So this time I'm going to do a square knot in the same direction at these ones, so you can see that how it could be spoiled, this effect. If I do, well, I'm not changing, but I should change it. Here we always change this. This is also a old school technique. Actually, it is a sailor's macrame technique. So if I do it like this to this side, I will have the head to that side, and that will actually spoil the triangle effect. So I'm going to show you first this one so you can see the difference of the real one next. So you see, here we have the head as in these parts, and we lost the effect. If we work it, it's just the normal and usual macrame fabric. So now I'm going to do it as it should be for this effect. You must remember, if we want to do this effect, we have to do, we change it in the same, but now we come with this one first. And then we have the head, the loop, that loop of the square knot completely changed. Now this line is very stiff because it is the old fishing line. This line is called fishing line because before the synthetic lines appear, this was the line that was in use. So you see the difference, and the difference is a huge difference. So this one, you have the head to that side, and this one you have it to this side. And that is how this effect is made. And you can do not only in belts, you can do in many other things. So this one first, in all this, and we are going to make another triangle. So this is very stiff. I don't have already strength to pull it very strong, because this is really hard. Now these triangles, you see these triangles here in the middle, the ones that are without nothing. This one, the hole we must leave it as much straight as possible. I will show you next. If it is not in the good way, it will be with some imperfections. Now this line is very stiff because it was twisted very hard. This is almost like, you see, now we take a good look at the center. The center now, it's not in position. When I do this, now it is in position. So we must leave it with two like this on the top and two like this. The design, it's very important. Now let's continuing. This effect is very interesting effect, and we can make it, of course, with modern lines. The effect is the same. So here I will talk about this, bringing this center to this part in another video, but this is also an old school, old sailors macrame school effect that actually it is very interesting indeed. So now we have the first row of these ones. If you see it, we can already make here a differentiation. Now should continuing. Let's find out if I have the time to do it. I have 10 minutes more, 9 minutes. So it should be enough to make a full triangle. So here we go. This way of working is very interesting. I'll do later, someday that I'm in the well mood, a belt with these designs. These designs were very interesting. There are several ways of doing this. This is just a simple triangle versus triangle. So triangle to one side and triangle to the other, but there are more effects that one can make. I'll go to them video by video. So in here we have only one to this side, so we start coming down immediately. Coming down immediately, I mean the triangle. Now it's like this, and we leave this. Of course, we could work it in here. In this knot, it is already one to the other side, but it is better to do the triangle completely formed to one side and then to begin the other, because although this is very easy, one can do a mistake, right? Mistake is always very probable. It's very probably that one do a mistake like this, to forget to where we are working. So it is good idea to make the triangle complete and then to go for the other triangle complete. You see, speaking of mistakes, it is not this one, it's this one. How impressive. How impressive. Now here we are. Mistakes happen. It's not a big deal. The problem is that if we don't notice them immediately, that is the problem. If we don't notice the mistake, alright. She's not the proper place. Alright. So we keep it. Keep doing it to this side. So you see we are already making the lower part of the triangle. And it's always like this. Easy. And we can work fast with this simple trick. It's a trick. We work triangle by triangle. So it's an interesting trick. We cannot mistake ourselves. Here should not pull it much. And we are almost finishing our triangle work. That's what I thought. So we go now to the last one, and that's it. So the last for the triangle, I think it's the last. Here we are. And it is done. So one more triangle done. Beautiful, right? So this triangle is already formed. As you can see, these are all to this side, the heads. And now for beginning the other row, just come here. We change this, we must always change. Well, it's not a question of much, but because I've changed them all, now I have to make it coherent, right? Now I'm going to make the loop, the head of the square knot, to the other side. And that will make the effect that I want. Here it is. So this one is already the one to this side. We still have time, we have 10 minutes more, 3 minutes. So we are going to do it. This time all to this side. And these belts are actually, they were very common a few years ago, and now they are disappearing fast. It is very interesting. Not only this line is over, because the factories, the rope factories, they all closed. It's impressive, but it is true, they have closed. And now of course there are still cotton, twisted rope, but it's not so stiff as this one. You see it. Take a good look at this. This is really almost like iron. It's very impressive and very bad for the hands also. This is very hard to work. But this is old line that I have at home. This line does not exist anymore. Unless, of course, one goes to a factory and ask them to make a really tight twisting. And I explained you why there is no more this line. Because if we twist a line like this, and one and one does not twist it, let's say half of the twist power that they have gave to these ones, you have a length, the length of the string, it goes to the double. So if you have a piece of 100 of today's worked rope, you see the twist is this is very hard twist, and this is open twist. So the more it opens, the more the length comes, and the more you twist it, the more it shortens. And that is why today you have a piece of 100 meters, and that 100 meters, if you were to twist it like this, it would give only half, perhaps only half. And so that is why they don't use this twisting anymore. So if anyone wants this, has to go to the fabric and buy a huge amount of rope, special rope, that it is made specially for us, and the price will be much huge, of course, because it has more cotton, it's more heavy, it's extremely more heavy. If you see cotton ropes, twisted cotton ropes nowadays, they're very light because they don't have almost nothing there. The twist is very light twisting. So I have here a shadow, but there is nothing I can do actually. It's not important for, I have to put it more high. Alright, I have 10 minutes, exactly 10 minutes, so I would like to finish this triangle all, although it is not needed because you have already seen and understand completely how beautiful this is. So these are all to this side. We must not forget the side that we are working for. Let's find it out. Alright, now we are going to the last, I think this is the last of these, well, not the last, I don't know how to call it, the top, so I have to change it. Huh? Oh no, I'm wrong, wait a second, aha, I'm wrong. I don't have to make it here because this is going to make the triangle already to there. So I was working one more. No. It's not that. So it's here. Still keep it. And here it is. Codfish. Codfish was fished with this line. It's impressive, right? In the old days, hand by hand, one by one, they would fish with this line. That is why it is called fishing line. It's very impressive. Very impressive indeed. One of these days I'm going to show you a black fishing line, very old black fishing line, because these lines, the salt water, they attack the lines, of course, the cotton, and so there were products, natural products, that were spread on these lines to make them not touching the water. I still was able to find some of those ropes, and they are actually almost museum-like ropes. And I even doubt that they are in the museums. Well, perhaps in the basement, you know how museums are, right? They have many things in the basements that they don't show to people. They think that teared lines, I think the name is teared lines, they are not important, but actually they are very interesting. I'm going to show them. If I find them, I don't know exactly where they are. I will find it. I will show it in the next video. And here it is, the last one of our triangle. And I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope that you can start making these effects for the perpetuation, right? So all these are to this side, and we have a new triangle, so we can. How beautiful, right? How beautiful effect this is. It is interesting that this effect is like the line, you know, it's disappearing fast. I don't see it anymore. It is impressive. I'm going to make with the modern line this effect in a belt, a modern belt, very soon. Not now, because I don't have the buckle, and the shops, they are closed. We are in the confinement, and the confinement is coming again. It's very interesting, but the government made a new law and we have to stay at home again. So we have stayed at home for several months. Then there was a small opening, but the results are really bad. It's spreading like wildfire. And now we are going to close again, so I don't find the buckle or I don't know. That's metal thing for the belt. And as soon as I find one, I will do that for us. Okay, thank you for watching. I don't know if this comes too close to the camera or not. I think this is a question of light. If you see this with this light, the shadow will make the triangle evident, isn't it? Take a good look how beautiful now it is. You see the shadow, because this has a head, makes a shadow, and these do not make a shadow because it's for the other side. How beautiful. Now I get it. The proper way to show it to you. Very, 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 very interesting. Well, and with this beautiful macrame effect, I will leave it and going to close this. Bye. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy making these effects on your works, on your piece of arts. Thank you all.